Seth Rollins was unmasked. Danhausen was in the box. Randy Orton won the chamber like I said he would. Yet somehow the biggest reveals of the night still felt like garbage. But the wrestling was solid. The moments, not so much. And that was just WWE. What about AEW? What about TNA?
Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. I got this you can't buy. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie.
Before we get in today's video, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking a little bit of attitude in your pro wrestling. Thank you for joining us instead of those other soft wrestling channels. And do me a favor, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to our channel and please turn on your notifications. It'll help us with the algorithm. Now let's get to it. MFG DeeZ, back at it again, and I'm going to get right into the chamber. I'm going to give my quick thoughts. Like I said, the wrestling was solid. I didn't have a single problem with any of the matches, anybody who won any of the matches, but goddamn, I personally, and I'm going to get into this, was underwhelmed by both of the big reveals. WWE dropped the ball. Now, I've never been the type of person that shy away from being wrong. Was I wrong about Logan Paul being the masked man? Yes, I was. That does not mean that Logan Paul being the masked man wasn't the right decision. It was the right decision. But here's where my miscalculation came in. My miscalculation was believing that WWE wasn't going to take the safe and predictable route. I should have known better. I should have known that WWE was going to say, oh boy, Seth Rollins needs a WrestleMania match. What can we do? Let's have him be the masked man, even though it makes absolutely no fucking sense for the man to get dummies and people and stunt doubles and wear a mask to exact his revenge on people who we all knew he was going to come after anyway. I don't see the point in him doing it. It was dumb. He's the masked man. To everybody on all the other platforms that told me it was Seth Rollins and they're coming saying, I told you so, kudos. You guys were right. I was wrong. But even though I was wrong, WWE was wrong for having shitty creative, and that's on them. Speaking of shitty creative, so I guess the mystery box, the big reveal was Danhausen. Once again, I take no look, I don't shy away from being wrong. I said it was Chris Jericho in the box, but I also said that if it's not Chris Jericho in the box, it's going to be something fucking dumb. And you can't get no dumber than Danhausen in the fucking box, coming out with his own personal dancers, hopping out of a casket or whatever the hell it is, and then coming to the ring and cursing people and handing out fucking peanuts or whatever the fuck he handed to Michael Cole. You know what? Usually I try to defend WWE when they do something that's universally shitted on. I ain't defending them this time. This shit deserves to be shitted on. WWE screwed over Danhausen because, first of all, now Danhausen is going to be popular by fans to boo Danhausen, even though he had nothing to do with the decision on where he would debut. Danhausen should have debuted on NXT or AAA, and Danhausen should have teamed up with Mr. Iguana because that shit would have printed money. It would have printed money. You know, I was talking to another fan, and he was telling me right before Elimination Chamber, hey, I think the person in the box is Danhausen. I said, there's no way WWE would not be stupid enough to debut Danhausen on the main roster. WWE would not be stupid enough to have Danhausen appear for the first time ever on a PLE. WWE was stupid enough to do both, and I hope that they didn't screw Danhausen permanently by this decision, but so far, 24 hours later, it's being universally shitted on, and I can't even defend it. Thankfully, next we get to talk about something that I love to talk about, which is me being right. If you looked at the prediction show, I was 100% right about Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber. In fact, when it comes to the matches, I was 4-0. I wasn't wrong about one match. I was right about every single one. And the two things I was wrong about was the masked man and the guy, whoever was in the crate. But I was right about Randy Orton. And I think I'm going to end up being right, or at least close to right, about how I say this is all going to play out. I think this is all going to come down to a fatal four-way at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Come to find out, Cody Rhodes has a title match against Drew Friday because Drew McIntyre, like I've been saying for weeks, can't mind his fucking business. He got involved. He screwed over Cody, which led to Randy winning. But which I was right about. But the key points that we're going to see if I was right about next is if it's somehow revealed that Randy Orton was the one who attacked Jacob Fatu. There is an alternative that I think can happen as well. I do think that we could see a scenario where Cody wins the match against Drew McIntyre, takes the title on Friday, and then turns around and fights Randy Orton one-on-one at WrestleMania. I think that will once again be WWE doing the same exact thing they did with the Seth Rollins reveal and playing it safe, because we all have been wanting to see Cody fight Randy. And I said that Randy is turning heel. I still think Randy is turning heel, but now the chances have kind of creeped up that maybe Cody turns heel. But if Cody's the champion, I don't see it happening. That being said, I totally expect this to end up being a fatal four-way if WWE doesn't want to play it safe. Because if Cody is fighting Randy for the title at WrestleMania, that means we're going to get Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. That doesn't make a ton of sense. They'll play it safe again. They'll probably say that Drew McIntyre is the one who attacked Jacob Fatu, which is super predictable and is not a twist at all. I'm a writer myself, and just the idea of it not being a twist involved in this is extremely stupid. Super happy that Randy won the chamber. Happy to be right. And I'm more excited to see what's upcoming. And I just hope to God that WWE doesn't play it safe, because then they're going to have more people pissed off WrestleMania who purchased the tickets. There's already people who are pissed off because they can't afford the tickets. So I don't think WWE could afford to keep playing the safe heading into WrestleMania. If you're still here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And check out our other channel, Crimson Mask Pro Wrestling, where we post all our wrestling shorts. Now let's get back to the episode. Hey, you know what I'm feeling right now? I'm feeling the idea of Swerve Strickland and Brody King battling it out to see who the most dangerous man in AEW is. I think that's an excellent job booking. I hope that they tear each other apart. I want to see blood. I want to see guts. I want to see physical violence. Because if you got two people claiming that they're the most dangerous man in AEW, you got to live up to it. You got to book it right. You got to live up to it. Swerve Strickland, Brody King, I already know I'm going to get a good match out of it. But now we just need to see a series of matches that are extremely violent. After what Swerve did to the best bout machine, Kenny Omega, he's going to have to back that shit up again. He's going to have to back it up again. He's going to have to back up the fact that he dared anybody in AEW to say that he's not the most dangerous man in AEW. He's going to have to back that shit up, because as soon as he said that, Brody King couldn't wait to get on the microphone backstage and say, hey, I think I'm the most dangerous man in AEW. Do something about it. So we going to find out, man. Honestly, I don't care if this is a long-lasting feud where they just keep destroying each other, a la Hangman Page Swerve Strickland. I want to see it. I want to see ferocity. I want to see like destruction. Both of y'all saying y'all the most dangerous man. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Let's find out who really is the most dangerous man. I like Brody King. I like Swerve Strickland. So that's why I'm excited about this. I want to see where it goes. But please, I hope they live up to it. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know what the homie Max finna do. I don't know what the homie Max finna do. What is he finna do, man? MJF, he didn't try to cheat and rig the coin flip so he can get the match of his choice. Fucked around, got found out. Now he got to have a Texas death match with Hangman Page. I don't know what he's gonna do, man. I'm pretty damn sure that MJF is gonna win that match. I'm pretty damn sure that he's gonna win that match. What I don't know is I don't know what type of tricks or cheating he's gonna have to do to win that match. Cause I was talking about MJF like a week or two ago, and I was saying how it's pretty dope that now he's starting to win matches clean without having to cheat. Bro, you're gonna have to cheat this time, bro. I don't know about you beating Hangman Page in no Texas death match. All I know in the stipulation, back to the stipulation, it's fucking stupid. Because now if Hangman loses this match, he can't challenge for the AEW title again. They should have restricted that to not challenging MJF ever again. I want MJF to win this match. I don't want Hangman to not be able to challenge for that title, but I want MJF to win this match. MJF has not had a long enough reign. And I'll be quite honest, and maybe this is why they made the stipulation. I just don't like Hangman Page as the AEW champion. There, I said it. I don't like him as the AEW champion. I like Hangman Page. Him as the champion, no. His other reigns just turned me off. I don't want him to have the belt no more. I don't. I think there's a lot of cool shit he can do, and there's a lot of stories that he could be in that I think are cool. But him being a champion, I just don't like that shit. I like the idea of MJF being a champion, being an asshole, finding ways to cheat matches, and then eventually you'll get somebody to come around that figures out MJF's tricks and don't want it to be Hangman Page. I think another thing I don't want to happen, and I'll say this right now, I don't want them to have the death match and then all of a sudden some big use attacks Hangman Page, helps MJF win. No more big ass dudes, bro. Win that shit on your own, but just find a way to cheat to do it. Damn MJF, you shouldn't have tried to rig that coin, bro. You should have just believed in fate and flipped the coin and see if you won. But now you're gonna have your hands full in that Texas death match against Hangman Page. And Max, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. You know what? I said this before. If there's one thing I can guarantee that AEW does better than WWE, and that's fucking chaos. And this Mile High Madness match was complete fucking chaos. It's what I've come to expect from AEW. It's what I want to see in AEW. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if the majority of AEW's matches were just complete fucking chaos. I wouldn't mind it at all. This match was very entertaining. AEW does chaos and entertainment better than any other company. I shit you not. And you know what? I'm one of the tougher AEW critics because I'm not a part of the sickos. I'm just a wrestling fan. If I don't like something, I say I don't like it. If I like something, I say I like it. But this match, I liked it. I like whenever AEW does matches like this. Blood and guts, malice in the palace, the arena, whatever the hell they call it when they're chaos in the arena. I don't know what the damn match called, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And get in the comments, tell me what you think about it. But yeah, man, this match was pretty fucking dope. This match was fun, super fun. AEW does this better than everybody. I don't know if I'm ready to say it's where the best wrestle because yeah, but it's definitely where chaos reigns, and I think that should be their actual slogan: where AEW, where chaos reigns. That has a better ring to it. Explain to me this: a veteran who clearly has attacked people for weeks and is clearly pissed off about his firing. Why would you let him? Because I'm using real life. I'm throwing kayfabe out the window. I'm using real life logic and applying it to wrestling, which I know don't always mix up. But why would you then go to this disgruntled former veteran or veteran former employee and say, "Hey, come on in and do an interview"? Let me ask you something. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You could tell when he came in, he was on some bullshit. Yeah, you let this man in, this guy, he's in here, he's pissed off. You fired him, and you're gonna interview him in the middle of the ring, and you're wondering why he attacked this suit. Like, duh, he's been attacking people for weeks. Man, I would have told bro this. First of all, you're fired. So why are you even being let in the building and why are you being interviewed? But I would have told bro, you can join us on via satellite. Join us on via satellite. We'll talk to you. We asked about your actions and this, that, and the third. We all know how this is going to play out, bro. Mike Santana's going to basically be like, hey, I want revenge on this guy. Rehire him so I can kick his ass, which is going to undermine the whole spirit of Feast or Fired. But I digress. Because if you get fired and could come right back, what's the point of having Feast or Fired? But I digress. Even though this is about the women, this is about the great women. They did the damn thing. I'm gonna point something out, man. I don't like bro this in a group, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like bro. Like, I don't know what that dimwit's name is, dude that be flexing and gyrating and shit. I don't like bro. I like the Elegance Brand better when they just had the chicks in it and the little butler dude. I like them better like that. I did like the vicious beat down to Mickey James. I love me some Mickey James. I love Mickey James. Ever since I was a teenager, I like Mickey James. I like the Mickey James that was stalking Trish Stratus. That's the Mickey James I like. But this Mickey James is cool too. She's still Mickey James to me. But yeah, bro. Ash by Elegance. And I'll take a brief moment to say kudos to Ash by Elegance because honestly, she was cooked when she was Dana Brooke, bro. She went to TNA and found herself. Good for her. Good for her. She doing a lot more interesting stuff over there. But I like their group. Don't like the dude in their group. Like this segment. Want to see where it go. Happy that I came away from TNA, which I've been struggling. I'm happy I came away from TNA with 2 segments that I was like, okay, now this gives me a reason to come back and watch next week because I did not feel like that the first week since its inception on AMC. But this is the first week where I was like, okay, maybe I should check out TNA next week. And that's a good thing. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of the Crimson Mask Show. I'm MFG DeeZ. We're going to try to do this every week. And check us out on our other channel, Crimson Mask Pro Wrestling. And subscribe over there. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
I'm so tired. What am I going to do?
Quick shout out to our sponsor, W Energy. If you need focus without the sugar crash, this is that clean energy option. No jitters, no weird aftertaste. I use it when I'm ending or recording late. If you want to try it, use my code MFG DeeZ. That's MFG DeeZ at the checkout. Appreciate W for supporting the show. Now let's get back to this wrestling content.